about that.
He's so not happy. He does not love me anymore. He does not love me anymore.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Thursday Chat with Jean-Luc and Nick.
I'm Jean-Luc.
We are here.
Here's Nick.
Yes, I'm Nick, and we are here tonight with Seba. You guys can't see him on TikTok and Instagram, but Seba's right here. He's watching himself. Yes, he's sitting right beside us. So tonight we are here tonight to talk about a very important topic about how to get your groove back after a suboptimal period. So Susan sent us this suggestion, so we will talk about that. But first, as always, a few announcements, catching up about what's going on with us, why we disappeared the last 2 days. Oh my God, I was so tired, everybody. Staying out late.
We went out on a school night, everybody.
And destroyed me.
Nick, don't go out on school nights. But I actually convinced him to come meet me. You all know that I was at a work event on Tuesday, and it was a Pride event. And Nick used to work at the same company that I used to work at. And so he knew a lot of people. I'm like, why don't you come down near the end of the event? So that way you can just come say hi to everybody, because he did leave in the middle of the pandemic. Like, he left right at the beginning of the pandemic, actually, to go to his current position, where he's working now, and never really got to say goodbye to anybody. So it was kind of a fun thing. He decided to come down, and we ended up staying out till it was like 11:30 by the time we got home, almost midnight actually.
And then let's just say it started
to bed right away.
It started a spiral of exhaustion for me. I took a nap yesterday, and then I woke up at 7:30.
I did the same thing. I woke up at 6:30.
I thought it was the next day. He's like, no, it's still the night. I'm like, oh, I guess
he doesn't even remember me at 4:30 deciding to sneak into bed for a bit, and I fell asleep too for 2 hours yesterday.
So, lesson of the story: going out on a weeknight past 11 is not a good idea. So we've learned the lesson, and I'm not doing it again because I'm still. That's why this morning there was no step. I'm still trying to recover. That's what 41 does, I guess.
Exactly. It just happens. And it's so funny how sometimes things like that you'll be able to do them and they won't affect you at all. But then there's other times where it's like, you know what? Nope, gonna take me 4 days to recover from 1 day of not falling into my regular routine.
So going even further back than that, on the weekend we did the walk for a Run for Women for Shoppers Drug Mart. It was so much fun. First of all, you have to pay to do these walks, and you're like, oh, it's okay, it's for charity, and I was totally okay with it. I didn't know we got grab bags.
We ended up getting as much in the grab bag that we would never even have expected. I mean,
there's slip-ons in there. There's toothpaste, toothbrushes,
feminine hygiene products. It was the walk for women.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
We gave those away. We didn't keep those.
He gave 1 box. So whoever wants
it, you'll give it away for free.
Up for grabs.
But yeah, we did that, and then we had lunch with Nisha and Lynn. It was a cool little bar place. It was above above a restaurant, Brands, and it's basically a patio that they covered with these, like, I don't know,
it's just metal.
Yeah, they just closed it in, and it was so cool because you can see the sky from where we were sitting. The food was pretty good.
So yeah, it was definitely.
And the waiter we saw again on Tuesday night.
Yes,
actually, funny story.
On Tuesday night, we were standing outside of the restaurant, and I looked over, and I'm like, "Oh my God, there's the waiter!" And so we started talking to him. Oh, there's even more weird things.
No. I just went back.
We started talking to him. He was really funny. He then made he made the comment again, saying that after a few more drinks, he looks even better. We were like, "You're so cute." But he was going to buy himself a 6.49 ticket or something like that, a Lotto Max ticket.
So back to the lunch. The lunch was good. We all ordered food. It was delicious. And then what did we do after that?
Then we went and walked. We already talked about this on Sunday.
I know, but that's what
I don't know why.
But then, okay, so then Tuesday night we were out. Okay, so Tuesday night we were out, and at the bar at one point we were talking to people that Jean-Luc we were
actually looking at the 2 drag queens because it happened to be drag bingo night, and one of them was a drag queen I met 6 years ago when at a work event, who was at a work event, and I was like, oh my God, I have a picture of us 6 years ago. So as Nick and I were talking by the bar, we ordered a drink, and Nick looks at me, he's like, oh my God, I know that person behind me. And I was like, okay, the odds of that are very slim, but
I went to high school with her.
And he's like, yeah, I went to high school with her. Yep. And then she talked again. And
it's her voice. It's her voice.
I was going to go say something. He's like, don't you dare. And I'm like, well, how will you know if you don't say anything?
Because I'm too shy to do that.
But you wouldn't have. I would have. So as we turn around, she comes around and she recognizes Nick right away. So they sat there and talked, and it's funny because she still lives in Sudbury. If
She
I'm
was
not,
here for
her
work.
name was Nicole or Nicole, right?
Natalie.
Natalie. Oh, I thought it was an N. I was
Nat.
close. It started with an N.
Yeah.
I was very close. Hey, that's better than I ever have been before.
So yeah, it was fun, and then again came home tired. So the last 2 days, that's why we've kind of tried to be recuperating. I've been taking naps to try to get my sleep back. So that's the lesson for me. I know we tried it once. It's not
saying that it won't ever happen again, but few and far between. But those are things, and I think that's one of the things that we wanted to reiterate for this topic, especially, is that, you know what, you're always going to have the unexpected that's going to happen, right? Things are going to throw you off of your pattern or your routine or your habits or whatever you want to call it. Because again, whatever words work for your journey, you're just going to have to learn how to get back into it. And I'm going to tell you this, there's no magic recipe behind it. I think we all are expecting there to be this magic recipe of saying, oh, you know what? If you do this, this, and this, you're going to get right back on track again, and it's going to be no problem.
And that's what tonight's topic is about. So we actually got a message from Susan. She's here tonight, and she basically said, "I have a topic suggestion. You've been doing really well lately, getting back on track after a suboptimal period. How do you change your mindset to do this? What are the best strategies to turn it around and get back on track?" So we'll tell you right now, we are just as struggling as all of you are. You know, if we show that we're doing well, we're still behind the scenes, still having some problems behind the scenes. It's not always rosy. It's I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat and say it's always 100% easy for us as well. It's not. It's sometimes,
last week was great.
Yeah,
we did really well, and we're still not doing terrible. I'll be honest with you. Even with the night,
in on Tuesday
even
night.
with the night out that we had, we still aren't doing bad because that was Tuesday night.
I know.
You still had a poutine, but that you didn't have a poutine every other night either, though.
No, that's an improvement.
That's the huge difference. We still have not had chips.
Yeah,
we still have not. We bought one mini bag of chips for the two of us to split.
See?
A mini bag of chips for the two of us to split.
But why we're saying this is that we still struggle. There's no final formula that makes us figure out, oh, we got this and this is all done. We struggle just as much as the rest of you.
And getting back on track is a challenge.
Yeah.
We don't want to let you think, oh, no, you could just do it.
There's just a switch. It just turns it on and off. And
it takes time to get back on track sometimes.
And it's also the desire. There's certain things that happen at certain times of year that make it harder to commit 100% as well. The summer's always been a tough time for us. It's always been, it's a time of year where there's a lot more events. We go out more. So it's usually a tougher time for us. So we already know this in ourselves. So what we're trying to do is, we're trying to get back on track, but we're also understand that we're not going to be 100% perfect. So I think one of the strategies that I would say first is forgive yourself first and foremost for whatever you went through before. And if you're ready to go back on track, try. I don't just keep delaying it every day saying, I'm just going to wait another day. Just try every day, because even if you keep trying, at one point it'll stick. And that's how we live life. That's the thing that's changed with us fundamentally from years ago, is that back in the day, it was just like give up and that would be it.
Well, we almost look at it as we've talked about this before, is we know our season right now. So our season is summer. Our get back on track this summer is figuring out how to maintain where we're at right now, that we don't gain any weight. I don't give two craps about losing right now. I just want to make sure I'm not going any further than what I'm already at, because that's where I'm at this summer. Because I know there's going to be cocktails. I'm going to be going out to Pride. We're traveling a lot. There's a lot of things happening. So if I can maintain,
I had an idea the other night. I just remembered.
Okay. If I can maintain my weight where I'm at, I'm on track. I'm on track. This is where I'm at for this season. When September comes along, or after this season comes along, coming on track might be a little bit different. So let's talk about this season. First things first. I already said it. Maintaining. How am I going to do that? What are things that I could do? We did one already. We scheduled ourselves by making ourselves volunteer. We paid to go for a walk. And I know it sounds silly, but when you do put money into it yourself,
you feel like you gotta go.
You feel like you gotta go. And it's almost like I paid for it, so I should participate. Right?
Believe me, I would have slept on Saturday.
Oh, definitely.
It was early.
At 5 a.m. But again, it's a way to motivate you. And not only that, once you get there,
the motivation once you're there,
the amount of people around you,
the energy,
it changes everything.
Yeah.
It really does.
We've also signed up for other things. So, for example, we're doing a walk on July 14th that we're creating for ourselves with you. We're coming to the Windsor. We're doing a walk on June 22nd there as well. So there's another opportunity to walk. We're also ourselves doing other things on our own. We actually, Jean-Luc, for work, could sign up to do the Pride Parade. And so he's like, do you want to do it? I was like, well, why not? Well, it's exercise. It's walking all day. And not just that, we love being silly in front of people.
At first, I was like, do we really want to do it if we're going out Saturday night? And he's like, yeah, let's just do it. But then I went and signed up, and there was a gift. It doesn't start till 1:30. So we technically don't need to be there till 11.
Yeah.
So we have plenty of time to still go out Saturday night and be up early enough to do the walk.
So we're doing that as well. So we're adding on things to do that are just, and it's not just those things. Going out Tuesday night was actually a plan to have us be more active. By being out and walking around, we actually did more things. So it's all about adding things in your own neighborhoods as well that you can do this summer to make this summer a more active time for you as much as you can. So there's one thing you can do right now. If you're feeling it, you want to get back on track. Not only does that give you, something that will help with your journey and your weight loss journey, it'll also give you something that will, it'll give you endorphins. It'll make you feel better. And that also there begets more happiness. And then you'll want to do more things. And that might encourage you to eat a little bit healthier meals. And it kind of falls into place from that.
It's a lot of times grasping onto that one thing that works for you when you, I hate that term falling off, but I'm going to use it because I know a lot of people do. But when you fall off is remembering that one thing that grounds you and that tends to make you happy that you always used to do when you were on track, and bringing that back first. Because when you bring back the things you enjoy the most first,
yes,
you're most likely to do them again, and most likely to say, well, if I do that, I can also add on this. Because there are always other things that end up like snowballing into that one thing that you like doing, right? Those habits sneak up on you, good or bad. They all sneak up on us.
So what else can you do? So another thing you can do summer is about freshness.
Yes.
Farmer's market.
Go to the farmer's market.
Go to your local farmer's market.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you've not done it before, if it's something you've usually, I don't have a farm, look it up.
Look it up.
Farmer's markets everywhere, especially in Ontario.
Take a drive if you have to.
And go and explore farmer's markets. Go to different ones. Go to different places you've never been. You've heard, there's a strawberry festival or this festival happening. Why can't you just drive and go look it up? You don't have to buy anything. It's just another outside activity that helps you feel better. It's another way for you to possibly meet people that you already know and just say, hey, it's again, summer is a time for us to bloom, right? In the winter in Canada, we hibernate. At least we do. We hide a lot in winter. We stay in our cocoon. We don't walk outdoors. It's too cold. We don't like the outdoors. So in the summer, we kind of like come out of the closet and we're like, it's summertime. And so we like seeing people. So doing these events, meeting people in public, and even it's not just saying, like, even if you're not a person that wants to meet other people and say hi to them, but just seeing other people around helps you feel happier sometimes. If you're in an area where everybody's happy, it tends to make you feel happy.
Searching for your street festivals, searching for carnivals that are in the area, searching for art exhibits that are outside, art in the parks. There's all of these things that we tend to forget that would make us active. Yes, there's temptation there, but don't care about the temptation. The fact that you're out moving right now is the most important part.
And I can guarantee you right now, everyone here, and I want you to vocalize. If you're watching this now or later, vocalize the city you're from in 3. 1, 2, 3. North York. I'm sure there's something in your own towns that's a tourist attraction you have never done in your entire life, even though you've lived there.
Yep.
Look for that one thing you've never done. And I'm sure you can find something. It's very easy. Just Google.
It might be something new.
It might
not be something that's been there for a long time, but it is.
Look it up and you might find something surprising that you've never done and then go experience it, because that's what this is about. It's about getting out, being healthy, because what's replaced us by doing this on Saturday? Jean-Luc and I did not sit down on a couch all day, watch TV.
No, my goodness. We went to bed at 6:30 p.m.
We went to bed at 6:30 p.m.
We weren't sitting on the couch all day.
So we replaced a sedentary activity with a active activity, and we got to see people, got to have some fun, laughs. We were amongst everybody was having a great
We got
time.
fun socks.
We got fun socks. Like we had a great Saturday
Yeah.
by not sitting on the couch. So that's why we're saying
And-
look something up, do something during the summer.
And you have to take into consideration doing all of these things. Again, what do we tell you activity does for you as far as working out? It keeps you busy. It gets your mind off of your other regular thoughts. So when you're doing activity outwards and you're looking at other people, you're people watching, you're paying attention to the street names, you really aren't actively thinking of everything else that's going on. You're not thinking about your meal prep. You're not thinking about that. That's those moments. We need to cherish those moments because those are moments that are few and far between because we're always all so busy overthinking our regular lives. So take advantage of those. I'm actually going to go on this walk and not think about anything else, but just enjoying the company of being around strangers, which is sometimes fun.
So those are two ways to help, get yourself be more motivated to keep going. Because by doing these things, again, like for us, by saying we're going to do them, by creating events for them, means we're going to go.
Yeah,
we're doing these things. So we're making sure we're going to Rustic Mama this weekend. We're going to be teaching step classes, and so we're going to be active. We're going to probably be doing the line dance session again, unless we're teaching in that one. The language class.
We're doing the language
at the same time.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah. Whatever's happening, we're going to be active the entire weekend again, and the meals we'll do the best choices we can because that's what we always do. And that, I guess, leads to the next point. It's meals.
Yeah. So what do you do? How do you? And I honestly think I hate that even again
farmers market
on and off track of meals, right? Focus on one meal at a time. We said that over and over and over again. So, and I'm saying even snacks, okay? If you need to overindulge in your meals, maybe focus on, I'm only going to focus on healthy snacks right now. So if I want a snack, I need to find something that is good for me, some fruit, some vegetable, something that's going to really nourish my body and just work on snacks.
We've done that with cherries recently.
Oh my God.
So because again, cherries are in season.
I love them.
And it's something we enjoy. When it's times for a snack at night, we bring out cherries instead. And so there's an option right there. And I know I'm not saying, let's snack all the time, but again, it's a way to slowly maybe get rid of the habit, because if you have cherries, maybe we'll start having a little less and slow it down. Or if you want to keep introducing them, at least it's something that's a little healthier for you.
I'd rather you have cherries than have a bag of gummies.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. I honestly, and I mean, we all are different. We all have different like medical conditions, potentially, whatever. So make sure you're being smart with whatever you are putting in your body to make sure that you're nourishing yourself in the best way possible.
But the summer is a good opportunity to incorporate fresh fruits and vegetables, just like I was saying about the farmers market.
Eat the rainbow.
Go there and pick something you never have before.
Yeah.
Try something new. Last year, Jean-Luc and I bought leeks for the first time, and we made leek soup.
It was yummy.
And it was delicious. And so
I had it young, but I never made it.
Never bought it.
Yeah, I never made anything.
So I would say, do the same thing for yourself. Go to the farmer's market. Look at the vegetables that are there. Look for something you never used before.
Even ask the people working at the farmer's market to pick something for you and say, you know what? Find something new that you guys are selling and put it in my bag.
Yeah.
And then that way you don't even have to make the decision. And I'll say this, and I know we hate wasting money and things like that, but the odds of you not liking something potentially pretty good. Or give them a few selections, ask them, so that way maybe you will find something that you like.
Or tell them what you don't like, and then say,
So Nick would say, I
don't like mushrooms. Therefore, it's not giving me anything like mushrooms. And yes, and it also for us too, it's cheaper than a grocery store. And we love supporting our local farmers markets. It's the produce lasts so much longer. We are so happy. Our local ones opens in after the May long weekend and closes in October. So we go the entire summer every single week because we love getting the produce there.
And another trick for that too is if you don't have a specific farmers market, go into the counties, drive down the road.
St. Jacobs.
There's a lot of places, a lot of farms that sell right off the side of the road. They don't even go to a market. They sell it right from their house. Some of them are, I don't know what the proper term for it, but it is like pay as you go. So they don't even have a person there, but there's a box where you put the money in.
Anymore.
Yeah, they still do. Trust me. It is still, they did it in Windsor when we were there, when we went to the walk at Point Bealey. because that's where Lisa and her husband picked up some stuff while we were in the truck with them.
Well,
You
it
see?
must be a Windsor thing.
No, it is done. So all I'm saying is drive down. They still do drive down those side roads, those county roads, those country roads. You will find things that you might never have found before if you didn't do it.
If you're Northern Ontario, just stay around the city, you know. He's talking about Southern Ontario. For those Northerners, we know it's rock everywhere.
They're all
We don't drive through the counties.
So as far as activity goes, we already talked about it as far as like signing up for walks. But I know all of us always try to be even more active than just doing a walk once a month, right? Like doing that type of walk because you don't want to always pay for that either. Find those videos again. Like find something that makes you want to get up and dance or makes you want to get up and move. Don't make it boring. Make it fun. Make it an activity. If you have grandkids or if you have nieces and nephews, have a dance party with them.
Yeah.
Like it's so simple.
I danced on the subway on my way to see him the other night.
But we tend to overcomplicate things sometimes. We really think that there's going to be some complicated formula to make things work better. But you know what? We have all the answers already. All the questions that you guys have asked, we've talked about it. But it's funny how what do we need as people? We need repetition. It needs to be told to us over and over and over again.
And I think, like I said, the biggest piece that we started with at the beginning of all this, we've given you some tips in terms of how to be more active, how to get more healthy vegetables in your diet this summer. Water, drink a lot of water this summer. It's a good opportunity. I hydrate a lot because you're going to be outside more.
He's been doing his teas. He has
I even had a ginger one.
He had a ginger tea the other day. I was like,
it works.
He has got, well, I can't say got
This is
rid
just
of.
water now. This is just water right now. There's nothing in it. I know.
But that's pretty cool. Like he never thought he was gonna be able to do that.
But you want to hear a little side note? When I went to work on Tuesday, I opened my lunch bag
and there was an iced tea. Were you excited?
I had them at work. They were so delicious. And now they're gone.
the last 3 Crystal Light iced tea.
Now there's one more left. I left one. I left one more for my next time I go to work at the office. So, but like we're saying, we've talked about the activity. We've talked about food, how to do that, or how to help excite yourself in the summer with fruits and vegetables that are available right now in the summer. Another thing for you is there's a lot of freshness in the summer. Look for recipes that bring that freshness, like those summer foods, when you think of patios, like fresh nachos that are made with some, fresh some fresh sauce that you make from yourself. Jean-Luc has the mango tomato salsa, put that, make some guacamole, put that and then have that as a snack. Like, these are all things that are part of summer and make you feel, like outside on the patio. Think of ways to recreate those at home for yourself in a healthier way, using maybe some of Jean-Luc's recipes or things that you find online that find another way to make some of your restaurant staples on a patio that you can do at home. Chicken wings, I find a way to do them at home. Different ways, different things like that you can make yourself more excited about having meals at home.
Not only about the meal, think about presentation. Make it fancy for you. Make it fun. Use your nice dishes. Stop leaving them for Sundays or use the stuff you want. Make yourself some fun cocktails with alcohol or without alcohol. There's multiple ways of making drinks that are still low calorie, that are great to make you feel good. But there is the biggest thing I think about when it comes back to getting yourself back on track.
That's what I was gonna lead back to where we started from the beginning.
This thing on top of your shoulder, this thing we call a brain, that really is the boss. It's the one that controls it all.
Remember, the only person you're measuring yourself against should be yourself. And that person should be kind and courteous because it's yourself talking to yourself. So whatever goes on this summer, if you're right now, you're gung-ho and you're ready to get back on track and you start this week and you do so well, but the following week something happens and you have a meal that wasn't exactly on track, forgive yourself. You're human. It's okay. It's going to happen. It happens to all of us.
Stop counting the days you didn't do anything and start counting the days you did do something that was where you wanted to be going. Count those days. So if you wake up and you're like, guess what? Last week, I had such a great day last week. I had a great day last week. And then this week, I had 2 great days this week. And stop thinking that it's going to happen overnight. I think a lot of us automatically think that, you know what, we're going to cure ourselves overnight and it's going to be easy peasy forever. And it's not. I want all of us to be realistic. But you know what? What when challenges come into play and when we are trying to be as healthy as we are, you just gotta go with the flow in certain ways and allow yourself the grace and compassion to keep moving forward no matter what.
The way I think about it is there's two options, right? This is where you're at right now. You just had this meal. There's two ways you can go with this. There's way number one, you get mad at yourself and whatever happens. There's one way here, you're happy with yourself. You just move on and say, it's okay. Life goes on. Both scenarios, life goes on. But what changes between the two scenarios is that on this one, you're forgiving yourself and you're being kinder to yourself. So as time progresses, this scenario here might lead you to come back. But this scenario here, life's still going on. So you have a choice right there at that moment. The choice you make, if that negative comment is going to derail you completely and lead you down that path, the same thing is going to happen later. Your future's coming. So by that one choice there, by you saying I give up on that moment, what's that going to happen? 2 months from now, when you've given up, you're still going to be where you're at right now, saying I want to be healthier. I want to do this stuff. You're still going to be exactly where you're at now. So why give up on yourself? It's just simpler to just forgive yourself, take the road that says forgive yourself, and keep going with it. And if it happens again, keep going with it, because that's what leads you to always want to seek a healthier lifestyle. It doesn't matter if you go 2 months a year with eating pizza every day at every meal, and that's what you've done for 2 years, and you're like, now I want to be healthy, and you start eating healthy for the next 2 months, and then after 2 months you have a piece of pizza. You're like, oh no, I give up, I quit, and then you go back eating pizza for the rest of your life, because that's the same analogy. Like, it's the same thing as you're like any other. I can't explain it any other clearer way. It's like you're saying, I want to lose weight and be healthy. Something went wrong with that journey of me wanting to lose weight and be healthy. So because of that one thing, I'm giving up on all my dreams and I'm going straight down the other road, not doing anything at all.
It's that whole analogy of
all or nothing.
Riding a bike.
Yeah.
Did we give up riding a bike when we fell the first time? Not all. Some of us maybe, but most of us no. Most of us got back on the bike. Just like the crocheting or knitting analogy once again.
Your career,
right?
Like, oh, how many times did we work somewhere or go to school and we didn't grab something? Or how hard did we work to learn this? Did we give up on ourselves? Sometimes we said, I'll switch career paths, but you always kept going.
It's very rare that you quit your job if your boss comes up to you and says, oh, by the way, you did that incorrect. Can you fix it? I quit. No, we don't do that, right?
Well, maybe some of you do.
I mean, maybe 5 times after your boss has told you done something like wrong, maybe 1,000.
But at that point, maybe you're fired.
Story. But at that point, exactly. But I mean, it's one of those things where when you want to get back on track and you have that just instinct. I think sometimes that's what it is. It's almost like you get that, yeah, it's time. Do it.
Yeah. And then when something happens that might
derail
you,
it's
do
okay.
it. Do it.
Allow it to derail you.
And do it again. And do it again. And keep
coming back.
And don't stop. Back. That's the main message that we can say. That's how you get motivation back.
And Darcy said it, right? 1 meal out of a week is really, how many meals really in one? Like, if you're looking at it, it's not money. 1 meal out of the 21 meals in a week is not a terrible thing. Even 2 isn't. You can go up to 3 and you're still at 80%. Just
and even if you're at 21 for that week,
yeah, who cares?
Forgive yourself. And the following week, the new week, move on and restart and try again.
Exactly.
That's the biggest message I can ever give everyone, because if it wasn't for that message, Jean-Luc and I would not be the weight we're at today. We would be probably way above what we're at today, because we would have just given up. It would have been easier to just say, oh, let's stop even trying. Why even bother anymore? Let's just stop. I'm pretty sure so many of you have come to that conclusion sometimes, or thought in your mind, saying, why am I trying? Why am I doing this? Why am I keeping on trying to lose this weight? Why do I keep trying to do this? And you want to just give up. But you're still here. We're still here. And that's the thing. You just got to keep trying no matter what comes your way, because this journey is going to be a journey for the rest of our lives. Your body is like a car. You have to take care of it.
Exactly. So on that note,
Well, and the life feed?
never stop trying.
Yeah,
Never stop trying. That is the best advice we can give you as far as getting back on track, is always try to get back on track.
keep going.
Even when you're on track, get back on track.
Get on a different track if you want. You know, if you're on track, oh, I like this. Like you can do that too.
And so on that note, everybody, thank you so much for joining us tonight. You guys stick around in Zoom.
We'll give you the
We'll be
word
right
of the
back
day.
with the word of the day by TikTok, by Instagram, by Facebook, by YouTube, by shenanigans. I don't know where else we're at.
We're everywhere.
We're everywhere.
We're like CP24.
Hmm.
We're everywhere. I always forget where to go to turn off the live feed. So I'm always like,
Everywhere, derriere.